Now, fans that either sold their tickets or whatever, all of a sudden an emphasis is starting to get thrown onto the tickets where people believe she will be playing. And that's starting to make the ticket prices go up, up, and up.
The Federal Reserve might need to step in because Caitlin Clark's return is sending ticket prices through the roof. Demand is off the charts, like she's draining logo threes from outer space. TV ratings are breaking records. Fans are doing anything just to sit courtside. Is this basketball or magic? It's like LeBron's fame, Steph's shooting, and Taylor Swift's fan base all rolled into one. And the craziest part? This madness wasn't even caused by a game-winning shot. It was just her coming back from injury. One step back on the court, and the whole league shifted.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's changing the game financially, in the media, and in people's minds. The WNBA is evolving, even if it hasn't fully realized it yet. There's clearly a before Clark and after Clark era. Before her, ticket prices were reasonable. Now, thanks to her influence, they're soaring. She's pushing the league into luxury territory. On and off the court, Clark is reshaping everything.
Don't hate the player, hate the game she got, because she's really talented, especially for BasketballReign, She's like the Stephen Curry of WNBA with the threes and stuff. Like, proven fact is, they had a game on June 7th scheduled. It was going to be Angel Reese's team, which plays for Chicago. And then for Caitlin Clark's team, they were supposed to go up there playing Chicago on June 7th. First, the ticket sales were at $76 a ticket. Then after they found out Caitlin Clark's not playing that game, she got injured, sales dropped to $25 a ticket.
What's really stirring things up is how some WNBA veterans are reacting. Clearly not thrilled and maybe missing the bigger picture. More fans and more money should be a win for everyone. So why the shade? The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just about her scoring 30 points. It's a shift in the atmosphere. She's not just another player. She's the main character in the league right now. Even when she's not playing, the buzz doesn't fade. Merch is selling out, ratings keep rising, and security is on edge because the energy feels less like a regular game and more like Taylor Swift showing up at a playoff. This isn't just hype, it's a movement.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs. You can argue all you want if she's the best player in the league, but you absolutely cannot argue if she's the most important, because she is. She is more valuable than all the other players combined, and that is just a fact.
Here's the twist. Some WNBA players seem more willing to defend a fast break barefoot than recognize Caitlin Clark's impact. You'd think the league would celebrate someone who's bringing this much attention and energy, basically carrying the WNBA into the national spotlight like a point guard chasing ESPN highlights. But instead of welcoming her rise, a few players act like she showed up, took their lunch money, and grabbed their endorsement deals. It's a strange vibe that shows the league still hasn't figured out how to fully embrace this new wave of talent.
He is now suffering a major injury as Caitlin Clark is going to be out for 2 weeks with a quad injury. And the reason we're bringing this up specifically is the Clarkonomics effect to this. Obviously, players miss time all the time, but the Sky and the Fever were supposed to play in Chicago in about a week on June 7th. The opening ticket price was $86 because you have the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark showdown that is now box office. Yeah, those tickets are now down to $25. Down to $25 after the injury announcement. And it's supposed to take place in the Bulls Arena, the United Center, as opposed to the normal Wintrust Arena. That's about a 12,000 seat difference, give or take. So
The strangest part? Even on her off nights, Caitlin Clark's influence is impossible to ignore. The arena stays full, even when she's on the bench. Fans just want the chance to see her, even for a moment. Who else in the league draws that kind of crowd? Definitely not the ones posting passive-aggressive Instagram stories about respecting the vets. Look, we do respect the veterans. But we also respect the 2.5 million people tuning in to watch Clark get triple-teamed at half-court. Some players don't seem to get it. Clark isn't their rival. She's their elevator. But instead of riding that momentum, they're too busy trying to cut the cables. You can see it in the side eyes, the body language, the little digs about rookies needing to earn it. As if earning it doesn't include putting the league back on national TV for the first time in years. The envy is louder than an overtime buzzer beater. And the irony? Clark doesn't act like a diva. She doesn't demand special treatment. She just launches logo threes like her shot chart runs on GPS. Meanwhile, others seem more focused on guarding the gates than growing the game. It's a strange, uncomfortable tension, and it reveals just how hard the league is still struggling to embrace the next generation of stars.
Support system, that shouldn't change. I think, Kayla knows that she has the ears and eyes in the locker room and the support that she has behind, whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there and to really take her time and make sure that she's, well enough to be who she needs to be for us, because I want the 100% Kayla, so I'll take it.
Then comes the media frenzy. The moment Caitlin Clark touches the ball, it's instant analysis. Experts losing their minds, slow-motion replays, and drone-level camera angles. It's like ESPN meets National Geographic, tracking Caitlin in her natural habitat, the hardwood. Social media blows up, and suddenly casual fans are breaking down pick and rolls on TikTok that you'd think players would be excited about all this attention. Instead, some are throwing side eyes and saying things like, she still has to prove herself. Prove herself? She's done more in 15 minutes than some teams have in 15 seasons, and Clark's impact goes beyond just her game. Even when she's not playing, fans are watching the tunnel like she might pop out at any moment. Scalpers are charging like she's headlining Coachella. Some teams haven't seen this kind of hype since the Obama years, yet one rookie's absence feels bigger than an entire starting lineup. But with all this excitement comes pushback, subtle tweets, shady quotes, and players acting like Clark invented media attention. She's just a rookie, they say. Sure, but that rookie is packing more arenas than your last 3 playoff runs combined.
She's human after all, Dan. She's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year, she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started, and, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden, she got a little rest and comes back, gets a little banged up. I heard you talking about it earlier, and it's going to be fascinating to me, Ricky. I've been to Fever games, and the one thing you notice, and this is more so than even when Peyton Manning was the quarterback of the Colts.
The tension in the league between admiration and envy is impossible to ignore, and Caitlin Clark's rise only makes it more intense. The cognitive dissonance is wild. Yes, the WNBA already has stars. Diana Taurasi could elbow a brick wall, and the wall would apologize. But Clark brings something different, cultural momentum. The kind Serena Williams had. The kind Tiger Woods had. That rare spark. Lightning in a Gatorade bottle. You can't teach it. You can't coach it. You definitely can't copy it. And no, she's not perfect. Clark gets blocked. She turns the ball over. But even her mistakes trend. She takes a charge, Twitter lights up. She gets hip-checked. Sports radio talks about it for days. She scratches her nose, and blogs wonder if she's injured. That's not hype. That's power. Not because she demanded it, but because she earned it. Clark didn't just show up. She sparked a movement. And if the league were smart, it would harness that energy, not try to minimize it with cold press releases and awkward drama. Yet some players are out here trying to humble her like it's some rookie hazing ritual. Girl, this isn't a sorority, it's a business. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the best marketing pitch the WNBA has had since it was founded.
Describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing. A beast. She is the truth. She's the truth, and she was a rookie. Knock down the three-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty. So sometimes she's look like she's coming off for a three-point shot, and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass. She can shoot. Man, she is the
This is where the real drama unfolds. Even fans outside the WNBA are starting to notice how differently Caitlin Clark is being treated. Is this really how we respond to the player bringing millions of new eyes to the sport? Apparently so, especially if some are still salty about not making Nike's short list. The irony is hard to ignore. This should be the league's easiest alley-oop. Clark's rise is a golden opportunity to spotlight the rest of the league's talent, boost jersey sales, land bigger TV deals, and take the game to the next level. Instead, half the league acts like her success is an invasion, not a revolution. Every game she plays, or even when she doesn't, the spotlight on the WNBA grows brighter. Yet some players seem more focused on gatekeeping than building legacy. That's the real loss. Because this could be a defining era for the league, if only egos didn't try to run a full-court press on progress. Caitlin Clark may be a rookie, but she already controls the ball, the media narrative, and an estimated $50 million in market influence, all orbiting her like a pick and roll. Whether she's drilling logo threes or just sipping Gatorade on the bench, the Caitlin Clark effect is undeniable. The league can ride this wave, or risk getting left behind in transition.